What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerdcast for the next episode of The Long Dark. My name is Splattercat. I'm happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while. And you know that hunting lodge that I was obsessing about? There it is right there, the ranger station. It's right there, so I figure we'll go check that out today. In addition, we probably need to ferry some stuff around just to make sure that we keep our hunger taken care of. It's minus 15 though, so for right now what we're going to do is we're going to make a run. Actually, how are we looking on weight right now? Weight is actually looking really, really bad. So, what I'm going to do is actually, let's go repair our boots first before we go any further. I think that's a really, really good idea. Our boots are the last piece of equipment. I went through and I repaired everything that we have in between here in the last episode. I gathered up food, and it's only been, I guess, like a day and a half. It hasn't been that long. It's been long enough to where I probably have some splaining to do when certain things come up, but it hasn't been that long. So we have cloth and leather right here. We have a 96% chance. That'll also give us something to do while we wait for this weather and we wait for the sun and everything to come back up because it's really, really nasty out right now. And so I'll probably try and give those a couple repairs, actually. We'll give it about 3 hours. It's not going to help our exhaustion at all. We are going to be quite tired and shaky by the time we get done with that because apparently it's very, very... I don't know. It doesn't seem to me like sewing would be that exhausting. But then again, I've never done sewing, so I guess that'd be a little bit judgmental on my part, wouldn't it? Let's sleep for an hour to take the edge off that fatigue because I don't want to deal with it for right now. We got plenty of hours of daylight left anyways, so it's nothing to be worried about. I'm not going to use this as a central location or repository for our gear. I think it's too far away from the beaten path. I think that unfortunately, given where it is right now, we'll probably never come back to this place unless we're in a desperate situation. I am going to take the potable water out though. So while we're here, it looks like the bowl still has something inside of it. I don't know if maybe he cleaned it out recently or whatever. You can't take it out of the cistern, I know. Somebody will correct me and be like, you can take it out of the cistern, Splattercat. I still get emails about that on that first Project Zomboid video. No, oh, we can open these cabinets up here? Ooh, maybe I didn't waste my time yet. I mean, given what we got out of the ones down below, I don't think we're going to get much. But we might. A Summit soda, okay. And there's no more? Okay, so there's no more over here. I was hoping we could use the microwave to quickly cook food in a more efficient fashion. Unfortunately, we're not allowed to. It's disappointing. Maybe it's in the next patch or something. The microwave will be usable because that's what this place is missing. This place is missing a thing that you can cook your food with. And so I found that in between... it's foggy now. I swear to God, when it rains, it pours in this game. I swear to God. All right, well, let's hang out for a little while and waste some more time, shall we? Not a fan of how frequently the weather is just, like, bad. It's just a thing that bothers me about this game. I've noticed a couple other people talk about it on the forums too, where it's just like, you notice how like every day it storms and like every day it's foggy for at least some portion of the day. I think they did make it so that the weather you get is the weather you get for the day, and then you just got to figure stuff out. I think that would increase challenge too, because if you get a storm day, then, you know, you've actually got to have the supplies on hand to hang out for a little while. So yeah, the place that we were looking for is right there. And so coming back around, we're going to try and go up onto the mountain today, see if we can find any goodies up there. I do wish that there was a better way down this mountain. My God. Having to go all the way around to the side is a little bit cumbersome, and I don't enjoy it very much. Looks like there's actually a snowbank over here, so we'll give this a go. Go down kind of sideways-ish. There it is. And I should probably hit this lodge over here while we're on our way in, too. Seems like a decent plan. I'm going to try and stay close to any of these solidified land masses just because that seems to be where the ice is more thick. But I can't promise or guarantee it. I mean, I'm not Men's Warehouse. I'm not available to give guarantees right now. Still, now that all of our gear's repaired, we actually should have a really, really, really good threshold for our temperature. I don't know what that was, but it sounds agitated. We've got 28 kilograms right now. Hopefully we aren't too tired. We're a little bit hungry. Eat some saltine crackers, maybe? It's all that I got on me right now, and then I'll probably drink the soda, because there's meat back in the little lodge or the little fishing hut back over to the side, but we haven't grabbed it yet. And so that'll also get rid of a tiny bit of our weight so that once we start to get fatigued, we don't have to worry about that either. When it comes to taking all this stuff back to our central location back at the Hunter's Lodge so that we can just sit around and do nothing all day, I'm not really interested in the prospects of doing that. It seems a little bit boring to me to do that. So I think I might be migratory for right now. We might just kind of like keep our head to the ground, wander around a little bit, and then once we start to run out of stuff, we'll head all the way back to the first zone with a lot of the preserved food and things that we have. But up until then, I don't see a real reason to do it. It's just, I like where we're at right now. We've got a fishing line, a newspaper, a orange soda. Check some of the cupboards. Always look behind them just in case. Sometimes there's a bullet back up in there, and every bullet counts. Get some more basic gloves. A rifle round right there, so that's pretty awesome. I like rifle rounds. They tend to be useful considering the amount of stuff I shoot, hunt, and otherwise destroy. And now our next destination is right there. I hope this one is equally as lucrative as the last one we went to. And in fact, if it's got itself a little cook stove or whatever, that might be the proper replacement that we're looking for in order to get things going on this map and create yet another central location. Now, I don't know how big this map is. This map appears to be very, very large. And as I understand it, it transitions into yet another zone, which is kind of a city, I guess. And that's where you find bears and some other stuff, or in the cities. I don't know. I've never been there. I've never been to this zone either. And so the last couple episodes have been all new to me. Everything's been incredibly shiny. And I've enjoyed it, actually. I think that they've done a really, really good job with the game. I do think that the game needs some kind of unforced narrative. And so what I mean by that is, let's walk across this and hope nothing bad happens because I'm lazy. There it is. And so having walked across that because nothing bad is going to happen and I'm lazy, it looks like we're good. I've got a big stock of meat up in here, but I can't really afford to carry around with me right now because I'm exhausted. Or I'm sorry, because I'm almost encumbered. I don't know what's causing this encumberment. I can eat the dog food. I mean, pop it open with a knife real fast. It'd be kind of a pain in the ass to pop open a can with a knife, but I could see it working. Probably not good for the knife blade. That would be what I'd more be worried about, is that you would actually damage your blade in the long run. And so, you know, you would have this tool that's no longer useful to you still. You can actually use the edge of a can as a cutting tool, too. I don't know if people knew that, but... Wait. Did I forget to loot this place? I am so confused right now as to what just happened. Is this the one that I came to before, or was that one the one that I came to before? I must have been here at some point, because some of these say that they're searched, but I don't know. Yeah, there's one of our trouts right there. And in here, you're going to have a big old stockpile of meat. So I'll probably try and pick up a bunch of that. And then that's actually going to leave us too slow, though, unfortunately. Damn. Alright, well, let's leave some of the other stuff in here. I don't know what's weighing me down right now. Aside from the fact that we are just carrying around, like, a lot of random stuff. I'll probably transfer over all the news rolls. We're carrying around a lot of water, too. That's the other thing that maybe should be considered here. Transfer over the leather, because we just repaired everything. The lantern we might need. Although I don't think we will. Let's leave the lantern over here. It's a little bit heavy. We've got a lot of raw meat that we need to be making use of. We got some water right there, too. And we got another fog bank. Yet another fog bank. Alright, well, I don't know what's up with all these fog banks. Is it actually this foggy in Canada? That would be the question that I would raise. In the Bay Area, it's not foggy like this at all. This is unheard of fog right here, and I live in a naturally foggy area. Like, this is a really, really bad fog bank right here that you would see at like 2 in the morning, but not during the day while the sun's up. Not a chance. Still, that looks like blue water right there, so I'm not going to walk on it. We're over encumbered right now, which means that we are gaining fatigue. I hope we can make it up the mountain and get to the point that we want to get to before anything else goes wrong, but I may have to just stand here and wait this out until this actually all goes away. Not something that I want to do, but it's something that might, well, I guess I could do this. I could place you right there and then just like wait it out for an hour and see what happens. See if it clears itself up. Apply some Clearasil to the situation so it's not quite so bumpy. Rest again with 4 hours of daylight left. We might actually have to make this a bit of a desperation haul up to the top of the mountain. There it is. Okay, so let's grab that. And there it is right there. I just want to keep sight of it so that we're headed in that general direction. I don't know where the access point is going to be. This game tends to be very, very careful about the access point it uses to allow you... Oh, we're sort of on thin ice right now, aren't we? Alright, well, I'll go back this way. We'll cut around, and that should actually give us a really, really good line on that building right there. Our fatigue's pretty low. On the plus side, that's pretty cool. Alright. All aquanated and ready to go. That's a word that I'm trying to bring into common usage. Aquanated. It's kind of like truthiness. Or no, nubicity. Nubity. All those words that I like to use. I think right here we should have a clear walkway to go up, and then we'll kind of just have to work our way around the rocks over here. Now, it is important to recognize the fact that I left my lantern behind, so if we get caught out after dark, that's going to be a major, major threat that we're going to have to deal with. But I think that we've got time. 3 hours of daylight should be enough to hike up that mountain and get to that spot right there. We'll sleep in there for the night, and we'll start using that as maybe a central location. Although, that one over there is still a really, really good idea while we're on the subject. I can't even remember how I came into this zone, though. I think there's like a little walkway over there or something that goes up and over the mountains in that little spot. But I may have to fiddle around with that in between episodes, too. There's a lot of random stuff in this game that I'm just simply not aware of, and I have trouble locating and finding and getting done. Now that we no longer have a visual lineup on this thing, it becomes a little bit more sketchy to look for it because we could get disoriented and lost. But I think it was up this way, so we'll give it a go. Come on. All the way up the hill, slowly but surely. I'm singing a song and I'm walking all day long. Make it up this hill so that I can hit that bong. That's not what we're going to do. That's the worst idea ever. Don't do that while you're on a wilderness adventure trying to survive. It seems like it would be a marked waste of time. A great way to get yourself killed, too. Because I don't know about you all, but I'm kind of unfunctional when I'm under the influence. I don't know. It's at the top right there, but all of this is looking really, really steep. Maybe over there up that little ridge, and then it goes up to that spot, but we'll have to... I like the fact that we have a backup plan right now, though, if we have to. We can get up inside one of these houses if it gets dark, and we can actually bed down for the night. That'll be good. I don't like it when I don't have contingency plans and backup plans. It makes me feel nervous about the whole thing. Not going to waste my time looting them right now. Maybe this little road back here circles around or something? Thought I heard a wolf for a moment, but I don't think that I did. Or maybe that's it right there. I think I was right in the first place. Let's make our way up. Not a fan, as I said, of the walking speed nerfs. Come on, you can make it. Not that far. It's right up this hill. I think we got this thing going along. Although the trail can break some people. I have seen the trail break people where they just, like, can't go any further. They just sit down. I saw a guy one time, we were halfway up a mountain, and he just, like, started crying. That was it. Like, he just couldn't make it. Like, it was like a 15, 20-mile hike, and he wasn't in the best of shape, and it was just like he couldn't do it. He was done. He was out. He was in so much pain that he couldn't even just, like, stomach it anymore. And we had to leave him on the side of the mountain because there's no way to get him down. We didn't leave him there, obviously, but it's like... Can't wait up for him. Obviously, we gave him a flashlight, or not a flashlight. We gave him kind of like some lighting and some other stuff just to make sure we could keep. We gave him a flash signal mirror as well, just to make sure we could keep our eye on him. But like the rest of us had work to do. It was just like we got stuff to do, and we got 72 hours to do it in. We don't get this job done, we are going to be in deep bantha poodoo, my friend. So I don't know if maybe you want to map this area down here that you've already taken care of, and we'll go up to the top and we'll map that, and we'll combine maps in a little bit. But as it stands right now, we ain't got the time for, unfortunately, sitting around. I feel your pain, believe me. Sincerely, I do, because I used to be a big guy, but can't be stopping like this. Cannot be stopping like this. All of this looks too steep. I don't think any of these actually function in the way that we need them to. Might be able to work it up over here along the side of this rock. Maybe. Nope, they clipping plane me. Yep, there's a very clear clipping plane right there. Unfortunately, not an option, can't be done. I dislike the fact that there's no clear way to get up here. Like, if there's a ranger station up there, it would have a road running to it. Obviously not cleared, but this looks like a road right here. Maybe it comes back from over that way. Either way, I don't know. I feel like the last couple episodes we wasted a lot of time just like walking and not accomplishing anything. And all I want to do is go up to that station right there and hang out inside of it tonight. And if we can't get that done, it disappoints me because that was the big mission for today. That's all that I wanted to do. So anyways, I'll come back in the morning and we'll try and get back up there. I'm going to try and save time so that we can get there today, okay? Alright everybody, we're back in. I think that we should be able to accomplish something in this episode. Like, I really want to go up to the other station because I've never seen a second one before. And so the prospect has me really excited. It sounds like we got a storm going yet again outside. Lots and lots of storms. I become frustrated with the weather in this game from time to time just because it's too much. Like, it is always storming out here. It looks like we're not quite as encumbered as we were before, so we should be able to make pretty good time. It's minus 15, but I think I'm just going to get out here, and I don't really want to sit around sleeping all day again. I want to get out here and have adventures. I want to accomplish things and stuff, and like go to locations and find new guns and like SMGs, and then I want to fight the Wolf Lord, which is basically like a whole bunch of wolves attached to each other, sort of like Ultron style. Or Voltron style. Did I say Ultron? Voltron style. It's right there. It's so frustrating that I can see it, especially since this is not like a hard hill to climb. Like, use the base of the trees, and then just go up on all fours. You'll be fine. This over here might take a while, but the spot that we were at over there should have been passable by all means. It was pretty easy ground. I don't know. You always look at stuff from a distance, and it seems like it would be really difficult to hike, but then once you're on it, it's not so bad, especially once you're experienced at, like, free climbing and just, like, going for it. I wish there would be a game that would allow you to just, like, free climb stuff, because a lot of these rocks right here give plenty of handholds. Work your way on up. This all looks like it's pretty much blocked off this way. I don't know how the hell we get over there. Something for consideration. I'm beginning to wonder if there's like a secret entrance to it around somewhere that you have to know about in order to get up to it. Or how this whole thing functions. Actually, we got a little turn in the road right here. We got a wolf. Hold on. Get my gun ready in case it decides to come at me from around this corner. Because every now and again they get sneaky and they wait for you. They don't do it on purpose because normally their AI just demands that they wander around a little bit. Okay, so it's a little road back here. It looks like they've got a cut going back this direction. Okay, so there was a road. I was wrong previously when I said that I felt like there should be a road to the ranger station. There is a road to the ranger station. This is exactly the sort of thing that I was expecting. It just wasn't in the direction that I wanted. So once again, I have to go back on my words and be like, I'm sorry. I'm stupid and I get easily frustrated because things I don't understand are difficult. And if we follow this, I don't know if there's going to be anything off to the sides or whatever. Honestly, I don't really want to risk it for right now. If we can get this done at this juncture, that means we can grab the stuff from in here and we can start to relocate it down to that big blue cottage down there, which means that in the next episode we can start moving around the entire lake and just having a look at all the stuff that's around rather than just looking at the things that are obvious to us. And so if we follow the lake all the way around, I'd be very, very surprised if we didn't find something super cool out there somewhere. That takes me down and back that way. How far have I come this way, though? That's my first question. Let's go up this little hill over here, and let's just have a look and see if we can get our eyes locked onto this thing, because I think it might not being totally truthful right now with regards to exposing the thing that we're looking for. Come on, up on the rock. Okay, so it's right over there. Alright. So it's like right around the corner. That's not even a big deal. Thought it'd be a little bit further away, but let's go have a look, shall we? Hopefully I don't hobble myself using the ice as a slipping mechanism here. Alright, straight down, and it should be right here. Yeah, there it is. So that is an itch well scratched. I'll be honest with all of you right now. I have been obsessing about this thing. Like, I really, really wanted to find it. Like, I had to sit down and be like, you know what? Not right now. Not right now, Splatter. Is there another way up here, by the way? BT dubs, while we're on the subject. What is this looking like right here? Look like there's a very steep hill right there, but I don't think you can actually get up that way. Let's go inside and see if there's a working radio or anything like that. I don't think that as the game stands right now, there's an escape mechanism in play to get you out of the wilderness. Still, there might be some cool stuff around. I can't wait to see what the storyline is going to be like. I think that should be a really, really interesting thing to see develop, and I don't know even where they would begin with a game like this, because in general, for a storyline to progress properly, you need protagonists, antagonists, supporting casts, and things like that. So are there going to be other characters who are trying to survive as well, and you got to keep an eye on them, or like how is that all going to work, you know? Lots of interesting stuff here. A lot of flipped furniture. Okay. Like maybe there was a struggle in here or something. It does have a potbelly stove, which is pretty cool. Some bullets back here behind that thing. So we got a box of 5 rounds, so that'll be nice. I don't remember exactly. How do I check how many bullets I have? Like, let's say that I don't want to drop my venison. I like my venison. I'll keep it right where it is. Inside this cabinet. It's the only thing that's lootable inside of here, so hopefully we find something nice. We got beef jerky and some other nice little victuals. Is that the word that I'm looking for? It might be. It might or it might not. I'm sure somebody will correct me. Should probably eat some venison too, because our caloric count's probably getting lower, and we're overweight at the moment, so we should probably want to get on top of that. I'm going to start up a fire right here. I have a fire striker. We don't have any cedars, so we're just going to have to ride out the chances and hope that with 80% we can get this thing done. It may or may not. What I really can't stand is when it gets all the way in, it's like, fail! And you're like, no! All I wanted you to do was complete! You made it all the way to the end of the line, and they're like, yep, failed. Failed. You can actually see the fire catching when it fails. And you're like, oh, man. Instantaneously goes out, and like, balls! This makes me upset. I'm going to go outside. No more video games today. Alright, so that's done. We'll throw some reclaimed wood in there. Obviously, there's a whole bunch more reclaimed wood laying around, and I'm probably never going to come back to this location now that I know it's here. Sort of a disappointing excursion. I was expecting the world, and unfortunately, they gave me, like, the tiny tip of the end of Florida or something. Not to say there's anything wrong with Florida, but when you're expecting the entire world, it's a little bit of an underwhelming offering. Like, one little tiny spot, fine. I'll say one little tiny spot of anywhere so that the Floridians don't get frustrated with me. I say that all the time, but I love Miami. Miami's like one of the best cities I've ever seen. I love Miami. I spent a couple of weeks there, and it was just like, yeah! It was awesome. It was really, really fun. I also went down in the Everglades for a while where I ate alligator, and that was pretty delicious. It gave me like a lifelong addiction to alligator meat. Like, to this day, I want to eat alligator all the time. I feel like an alligator burger sounds great right now. If I could get my hands on an alligator burger, I would then get my mouth on an alligator burger, and it would be all about the alligator burger. Alligator burger, alligator burger, alligator burger. How can we keep this whole thing running a little bit longer? Alright, so with 8 minutes of fire left, we should be looking okay right now. Feels like 22 degrees Celsius in here, which actually means that we got it up to like the 70s. That's pretty good. Our caloric intake should be fine right now. I don't think there should be any concern there. As far as fatigue goes, we probably have enough fatigue to get down the mountain on the opposite side and get back to where we came from. How cold is it outside? We have 9 hours of daylight left and it feels like 7 degrees Celsius. Well, hell, I think that I'm going to ring that bell then. Well, hell, ring the bell, and what's that smell? Who can tell? It's something fell. Vapors. Fell vapors in the sky. For a while, you just have to talk like Sir Charleston. There are fell vapors in this place. I know there's old man's beard over there, and you can use it to make mega band-aids or something, but I don't really get wounded that often, so I don't know. It won't let me through that butt crack in the rock, so I guess I'll have to come back the way that I came. We have 24 rounds. That is so many bullets. But given the fact that you're actually basically self-sufficient and you can work your way through the game fishing now, I don't know, the bullets seem a lot less important than they used to. When I played the game when it first came out, the bullets were super important because they were kind of like your lifeline. If you couldn't kill animals, you couldn't get meat. And so a long playthrough versus a short playthrough heavily relied upon the fact that you were going to be able to get your hands on some 303 rounds. Still, I do think having the gun is nice, and I try to strip everything that I kill of everything that's useful on it because I know that I'll need it at some point. And even if I don't need it right now, 8 kilograms of meat makes it so that I have a longer food supply. I hear you, you little prick. You want to come down and get some? I got the Brucka. It's not really Brucka, because Brucka always makes me feel like it's got to be, like, automatic. Brucka, you know, like, it makes me feel like it's got to be automatic. This right here is bolt action, so, I don't know. I got the clinky bangies for you. That doesn't sound quite as good, see? That doesn't sound as threatening. It really doesn't sound like the sort of thing that would make me back off. Where does this go? Am I even walking in the right direction right now? We seem to be gaining altitude rather than losing it. But it looks like there's a secret path back here. So that in mind, I will have to denote this somehow. Is this the way out of the zone, maybe? We'll have to see if I've been inside this place before. If I haven't been inside this place, then this is going to be one of those weird paths that we end up on that I'm not really familiar with. However, if we've been here before, this might actually be leading back to the entrance of the zone, possibly. And in that case, well, I don't really know how that helps us. It doesn't really help us much at all. Still, all the same, it'll be good for orienteering, knowing exactly where I'm going. No, it looks like I didn't hit this place. I see a lot of good stuff around, so mayhaps we find ourselves at a new location that we have never touched upon. Okay. How overweight are we right now? And what's our caloric intake looking like? Eat that from the deer real fast to get rid of another kilo. Oh, good. We're not even overweight anymore. Huzzah. Hooray for us. I don't see any point carrying around the fungi anymore. I'm just going to get rid of it. Let's go through some of these containers, and that'll be the last thing that we do for the episode. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of The Long Dark. Let me know what you think of the series right now. I would like to survive for as long as possible, but if people find the series to be boring or if they don't want to take part in it anymore, we can obviously find other more action-packed things to do. I like survival games. I like surviving in survival games. I like playing survival games, therefore it seems like it's a good fit, but obviously the whims of the audience are also important to me, so I will see you all later. How do you, everybody, and I'll see you next time.